Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time tuning in, my name is Salvador Brigman, and this video is going to be about real estate crowdfunding. And specifically, how you can use this if you're an investor or you're a sponsor looking to raise money, looking to get financing for a property, how you can use real estate crowdfunding. And I kind of want to break it down just in a very basic way for you. So it's a quick primer. And I know what you're thinking, like, who is this guy to talk about real estate crowdfunding? I actually started writing about the industry 2012. So it was really just getting started, and I've seen it grow a lot in the last few years. Specifically in the last year, I've been seeing it just grow phenomenally. It led me to writing an ebook called Real Estate Crowdfunding Explained, which is doing really well on Amazon. I'm very proud of. And that was actually my first Amazon ebook. But I've learned a lot about the industry, and I just kind of want to pass on a bit of that knowledge to you guys. So to break the industry down, there are three main players when you're getting involved with real estate crowdfunding. So first of all, there is the actual platform. The platform is the intermediary that is going to list all of the different deals, and it's really going to have all of the information for investors out there that are interested in getting involved with this. There are investors, the person who's actually giving money, who's looking for a return on their investment, and who is connecting then with the real estate crowdfunding platform and viewing and browsing these various opportunities. And the investor must be an accredited investor. At least at the time that I'm filming this video, you must be an accredited investor if you want to be able to invest and take advantage of these different real estate crowdfunding opportunities. You can look up and Google the actual definition of that. I believe you need a net worth of $1 million or more, excluding your house, or annual income of $200,000 or more. I think it's in the last 3 years. So basically, you have to be able to afford to lose money because these are risky investments. This isn't just something that's like very simple like the stock market. Many times these are liquid investments, so you have to understand what you're doing and be able to afford the loss. And the last key player is the actual company or the person putting up the opportunity on the real estate crowdfunding platform. So these could be people that are looking for debt or equity financing for their real estate property. And they're also going to be managing that property, whether it's a fix and flip opportunity, developing something, refurbishing, office space, commercial, etc. They're really putting up the opportunity there and trying to get it in front of investors. And again, so the investors, the platform, and then the actual sponsors. This sort of is the very basic model, and it's going to guide everything that I'm going to talk about going forward. And I am going to go a little bit more in depth with this video, but if you are just looking for like a very quick takeaway, I would say at the time I'm filming this, I'm part of two different affiliate programs within the real estate crowdfunding industry. And I've written a lot about Fundrise and Realty Shares. I'll be linking to them also in this video, along with all of the other platforms I talk about in the description of this video. But if you're just looking to like check out a site, like learn a bit more, I would go and check out Fundrise, 1, and 2, Realty Shares. So you can go and check out those two websites, and if you want to learn more, stick around. So aside from these two sites, there are 5 to 6 main sites that I've been watching, following, and researching in this industry. And they're actually really all very different. So depending on the site that you choose, it's either going to have debt investments, equity opportunities, different types of investment opportunities like fix and flip, as I mentioned before. Maybe they only focus on commercial real estate. And there are also now real estate crowdfunding platforms that have things like an E-REIT, where rather than just choosing the individual properties that you're going to be investing in, which I think that's pretty cool, they will do the managing and choose those properties for you. So there are a lot of opportunities, but this is how it breaks down. So there are three main categories again. First of all, there is direct investing. Direct investing is pretty much what it sounds like. You as the investor use the platform as a marketplace to then directly connect with the sponsor. The sponsor is putting up the opportunity. You're going to read through that opportunity. You're going to decide if you want to invest, and you will actually have a relationship with that sponsor. So the crowdfunding platform is simply an intermediary. They are simply a marketplace. They're not doing any kind of hand-holding other than that. So a lot of that is up to you. The risk also is with the actual sponsor there. You have to assess them. You have to do your due diligence, like all that kind of stuff. It is up to you, and the relationship is directly with the sponsor. The second model is indirect investing. And that's basically where if you're going on the actual platform, you're looking at all of these different opportunities, but you're not going to actually have a relationship with the sponsor. The crowdfunding platform is going to have a relationship with the sponsor, and they're going to be managing the investment. They're going to, more often than not, create a special purpose vehicle to manage the investment, so that way there's only one check that goes to the sponsor, and they're only dealing with one entity rather than a slew of investors, which makes it a bit easier for the sponsor. But on your side, you're not going to have that direct relationship if you're trying to actually build relationships within the real estate ecosystem. So you're going to be dealing indirectly with the sponsor. And lastly, the model I would say is, if you're looking to create your own real estate crowdfunding platform, you can do that with some of the websites out there. So if you both have access to investors and you have access to new properties or new investment opportunities that are being developed, you can set up your own real estate crowdfunding platform and serve as your own mini marketplace. So that way you don't have to give a fee away to another company out there that's just serving as the marketplace or the platform. And I break this down a lot more in my Amazon ebook. Again, that is realestateCrowdfundingexplained.com. I'm sorry, Explained is the ebook. I also have the website, realestateCrowdfundingexplained.com, with some free resources, some podcasts I've done of the major players in the industry, some of the free YouTube videos I've done, and also I have linked to my Amazon ebook there if you want to check it out. You can look through the reviews, like all that kind of stuff. It's also really inexpensive, so like if you're just looking to get a primer, I think it's a great steal, great grab. It has like all of my information laid out there for you guys. But that being said, these are the three main ways that real estate crowdfunding platforms are going to differ. Now, how do I break that down? Let's say the direct model, which I was talking about first, there is CrowdStreet and Early Shares. Those are two that stand out in my mind as direct investment models. If you're going the more indirect route, I would look into Fundrise. I would look into also, as I mentioned before, Realty Shares. And I think that this model is way more common, specifically with like Realty Mogul. Most of the platforms I think are gonna move this way in the future. So like I said, Fundrise and yeah, Realty Mogul, as I mentioned, that's another good one to check out. And lastly, if you do want to build your own platform, I go more in depth into the technology you can use with my ebook. I do have a bit of a development history, like past. I've built websites before. I wouldn't say I'm like a hardcore programmer, but I do lay out the different white label platforms that you can use and some of the technology there if you want to go down that route. Okay, so that being said, this is a lot of information, particularly if you're new to the industry. But the way that, in my mind, I break down the different platforms, aside from what I said, is equity or debt-based. And if you're familiar with peer-to-peer lending, this is very similar in the real estate crowdfunding industry. So like it's called peer-to-RE or real estate. So you would be getting a loan, you'd be offering debt to the person who's looking for financing, or if you're a property developer, you're trying to, you have an investment opportunity, you'd be taking on debt and getting that financing through the platform rather than from a bank or some other means. And then there's equity, where you're going to be paid either based on dividends, cash flowing real estate opportunities, or if the property is ever sold. So it really varies based on the liquidation event, based on the type of investment that you're looking to have, and also the asset class that you are comfortable with. If you're looking for more risky, less risky, all that kind of stuff. There's a bunch more to learn about the industry, but in my mind, for a beginner, that is how I break it down. And I think that's just a very good way to think about it. As you're coming and researching these different sites, keep those different decision points in mind. And I think that's going to really help you a lot as you're going forward. For you investors out there, definitely, if you've never invested in real estate before, there are low minimums, which is good. But remember, you do have to do your own due diligence. Don't just rely on the platform to they really can't suggest investments, but don't rely on the platform for these are amazing opportunities. Actually do your diligence. If you are a sponsor, keep in mind that you must have a history of developing real estate and really just a history in managing also. This isn't open to newbies. This isn't open to people who have never done real estate before. The platforms really curate who they let on, because it's going to affect the quality of investors they get. They need to have good opportunities to provide good returns, to attract more investors. So this is a good opportunity if you have developed real estate in the past, or you've managed it before and you have a track record of success. Then I would recommend checking it out. Otherwise, I'd build up your track record first, maybe establish some contacts with these platforms, and then in the future, you can get into the real estate crowdfunding game. And lastly, if you are an entrepreneur, you're looking to set up a new real estate crowdfunding platform, or looking to get into the industry, maybe you're, a broker and you're looking to provide services in some way, this is gonna grow a lot. This is gonna grow a lot in the next few coming years. I am really excited for it. I've built my whole new domain related to it that's separate from my own website. I've taken I think it was 6 months to write an ebook on this topic. I am bought into this idea of real estate crowdfunding, and I think it's gonna totally transform investment and also securing financing going forward. It's just a matter of time before people catch up and they realize that this is going to be a new behavioral trend. It makes so much sense, and it's so much less friction than getting a loan from a bank, or jumping through all of the hoops to connect with investors or investments. It makes so much sense to me, and I'm really excited looking forward. But if you have any more questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Also, if I was helpful to you, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up so that other people know that also when they come to the video. They know that this content is helpful. And lastly, if you are looking to move forward learning about real estate crowdfunding, I highly recommend checking out my ebook, Real Estate Crowdfunding Explained. If you don't have the funds to invest in that, you can also go to realestatecrowdfundingexplained.com. Check out some of the podcasts that I've done there with some of the top people in the real estate crowdfunding niche, and also just some of my own thoughts on investing, on if you're looking to get and jump into this industry, how to go about doing that, all these different things I break down. And again, I've been watching this. I got in 2012. I've been watching this since the very beginning. So it's really cool to see how things are progressing. And I'm sure I'm gonna look back on this video in 3 years and be like, wow, just have some really more cool insights. And I'll be sure to update this video. Again, my name is Salvador Brigman. I run the Crowdfunding Demystified podcast, and I also run crowdcrux.com and Crowdfunding Forum. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.